Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Huseman, and we are here for the Bristol preview for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And this is their first race of their playoffs, Jay.
It is, and it's a big one because it is Bristol, baby. And I know we talked about after the weekend of racing, there'd be some frustration. Well, there might be a little frustration, disappointment already to start the weekend because if you look at the entry list, there's 39 drivers and teams for 38 spots.
Oh, boy.
One car will miss the race. Some of the additional ones, the notables, as they put it, Stefan Parsons in the number 5, the 07 Carson Ware, the number 11 for Colleague Racing is Brendan Queen. Gotta like that.
How about that?
Number 14, that'll be Garrett Smithley. The number 17, Corey Day. The 19, Joe Gibbs Racing. That'll be Eric Almirola again. The number 24, which I believe is Sam Hunt Racing, is Jeffrey Earnhardt. The number 32, Austin Green. The number 35 is Glenn Reen. Josh Williams is in the number 45. The number 53 will be Joey Gase. The number 70, Leland Honeyman, and Josh Bilecki in the number 91. So some of those kind of regular spot racers, but I believe this is Brendan Queen's Butterbean's Xfinity Series debut.
And that's going to be pretty exciting to see him make his debut in that Food City 300 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Bristol is a 0.533 mile concrete oval that races Friday, September the 12th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the home network CW at 7 p.m. They'll start with pre-race coverage. Radio coverage is on PRN and SiriusXM NASCAR Channel 90, and the distance is 159.9 miles over 300 laps. The first stage is 85 laps ending on lap 85. Second stage also 85 laps ending on lap 170. And then the final stage will be 130 laps ending on lap 300. For Friday, September the 12th, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will have their practice and Kennemental pole qualifying on the CW app at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, the race is at that 7:30 time frame. If you want to watch the pre-coverage, it would be 7 o'clock on CW. So we've been at Bristol for a long time, Jay.
And that we have. This weekend will be the 83rd running of a NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Bristol Motor Speedway. And that ranges from 1982 to 2025.
And Bristol has hosted more Xfinity Series races than any other track, which is amazing.
I knew it ranked up there as far as history, but I didn't know it was the top. Because Bristol has been on the Xfinity Series schedule every year since that inaugural season in 1982.
And Bristol is the fourth of 5 short track races this season. The fifth one will be at Phoenix.
And Bristol this year is the opening race of the playoffs, as we mentioned, for the second time in the playoffs and the first since 2023.
The round of 12 includes Bristol, that's happening this weekend, Kansas Speedway, and the Charlotte Roval will be their elimination race where they pare down from 12 to 8 drivers.
That's right, and it's those 4 lowest drivers in points after that Charlotte Roval will be eliminated from the playoffs. The Xfinity starts with 12, and they do 4 per round.
Now, only one past champion has made the playoffs, and that is Justin Allgaier.
And he is not just the defending champion, but Allgaier is making his 10th playoff appearance. He's been in every playoff since its inception, since 2016.
And 4 rookies made the playoffs. We said that this would be a fun class to watch. And it's not often you see this many rookies in the playoffs. But that includes Connor Zilisch, Nick Sanchez, Taylor Gray, and Carson Camacho.
There was still a pack right behind the cutoff line that were close,
Yes,
just
there
no
were.
cigar. All 4 junior motorsports drivers made the playoffs. That's just the third time that a team has recorded all 4 drivers in the playoffs. The other 3 times were always Junior Motorsports as well.
Connor Zilisch enters the playoffs with an astounding 64 playoff points. That's the most all time. And he holds a 59-point lead over the cut line.
Just to add a little bit to that, as I was looking at that from the point standings, he missed a race and he didn't get the 5 playoff bonus points when Parker Kligerman finished a race for him. He got the race points, but not the playoff points. So that could be even bigger. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, he's setting records all over the place this year.
He is indeed, as Zilich's 9th win in the season extended his record for most wins by a rookie.
And Connor Zilich's St. Louis win made him the 3rd driver in series history to win 4 straight races. No driver has ever won 5 in a row.
Ooh, so he could set another new one. How about that? Now, Connor Zilisch has won 7 of the last 8 races this season. He would be he is the first driver in series history to win 7 of 8.
And Connor Zilisch has more wins in the last 8 races than all but 4 other drivers racing this weekend have in their entire Xfinity Series career. That's kind of amazing as well.
Yeah, these stats just keep piling up. And this is one I know we were watching as it started. Connor Zilich's 14 straight top 5s since returning from back injury, where he was hurt at Talladega and missed the next race. And that's where we said he missed a race. But that streak is the 2nd longest top 5 streak all time. Zilisch is the youngest driver with more than 5 straight top 5s.
And his win percentage is amazing as well. At 34% of his starts, that's the best win percentage all time.
And here's another one we've been bragging on the rookies. I know the week before they had us said, I think it was top 4, but here rookies finished 1, 2, 3 at St. Louis. That is the 2nd straight week race where rookies swept the top 3. So there you go. Back-to-back weeks of top 3s being rookies.
As well as Connor Zilisch is doing, his race team has been doing quite well this year as well. Junior Motorsports won 11 of the last 13 races with 4 different drivers. The first time in series history a team has won 11 of 13.
And JRM has won 16 races this season with a series record, 6 different drivers. All 6 drivers won in the last 17 races. And again, that doesn't even include Parker Kligerman, who won in the relief role at Daytona.
Okay, Junior Motorsports had at least 1 car finish top 5 in a record 28 races.
There's a couple of the ones that those teams are setting some serious records, might be untouchable, but Justin Allgaier is one of those drivers. He is now the only past Xfinity Series Bristol winner racing this weekend, not just as a champion, but as a previous race winner at Bristol.
Cars champion and ARCA points leader Brendan Butterbean Queen is making his Xfinity Series debut in Colleague Racing's number 11 this weekend. So that is kind of a big deal.
Well, and it is, and I'm excited for it. Another one I'm excited for is Sam Mayer, as he actually has 4 total Bristol wins. 1 in the trucks, 1 in the ARCA, and 2 in the ARCA East. Again, not in the Xfinity yet, but a total of 4 others.
And we're back to Connor Zilisch. He leads the series with 9 wins. He also has 15 top 5s, 750 laps led, an 8.5 average finish, and 7 poles this season. And for a rookie, that is just astounding.
That'd be a great stat line for a year, and we still have 10 races left. Now, it is Jesse Love, though, that leads this series with 18 top 10s this season. So, again, there's some other guys doing some great things. It's just kind of being overshadowed.
Okay, let's do some bragging on our Illinois driver, Justin Allgaier. He won the fastest lap award 5 times this season, and Zilisch has won 4.
You still got to mention Zilisch. He's right there.
He's right there.
We're looking for this one to maybe get broken here shortly. Justin Allgaier's 28 career wins are 9th on the all-time wins list, and he is only 1 away from tying Matt Kenseth.
Allgaier also is 3 top 10s away from becoming the first driver to reach 300 NASCAR Xfinity Series top 10 finishes.
And with that, Justin Allgaier's longevity, he'll make his 498th career start at Bristol, passing Mike Wallace for 5th all time.
Now let's talk about Chevrolet. Chevrolet has led 3,097 4,001 laps this season. That is 77% of the laps.
And with that came the wins, as they have won. As a manufacturer, Chevrolet won 23 of 26 races. That's the most all-time by a manufacturer through 26 races in the series history.
And just a reminder, there have been 5 crew chiefs that have gotten their first Xfinity Series win this season. Chad Haney at Atlanta, Sam McAuley at Darlington, Adam Wall at Bristol, Corey Shea at Mexico City, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Pocono.
And now we've had 5 races this year end with a last lap pass. I don't know if I see that happening at Bristol. The overtime is more of a factor, but last lap pass at Bristol, we'll have to wait and see.
All right. In case you've been under a rock and haven't heard this news yet, O'Reilly Auto Parts will replace the Xfinity as title sponsor starting in 2026, becoming the 5th different title sponsor of the series. Other title sponsors include Budweiser, Busch, Nationwide, Xfinity, and now O'Reilly.
All right, so looking for a brand new era, if you will, starting next year. Now, we mentioned this is the first race of the playoffs, so your clinch scenarios are pretty simplistic. No drivers have clinched yet because we haven't even started this round yet. But if there's a driver, a win by a driver who cannot advance to the next round, drivers would need to clinch by being 113 points above the 7th winless driver. Same requirements would be true if the win comes from among Connor Zilisch, Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Jesse Love, or Sammy Smith. The only one even listed is Connor Zilisch, and he would still need some help, but he could do it. Now, if the new winner is from Nick Sanchez or another winless driver lower in the standings but still eligible to advance to the next round, then you would have to be 113 points above the 6th winless driver, and that again is only Connor Zilisch, and do so with help. Now, to clinch via win, that's open game for the 12 drivers, and I'll run through them real quick. At the top, we got Connor Zilisch, Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Jesse Love, Sammy Smith, Nick Sanchez, Carson Kvapil, Taylor Gray, Sheldon Creed, Harrison Burton, and Austin Hill. And I say that with a little bit of stress in the voice there because, again, Austin Hill had 3 wins, should have had some bonus points, but suspension and whatnot took that all away. So he starts at the very bottom.
Yes, so let's talk about the series point standings for the Xfinity Series because with the playoffs starting this week, there is a lot to look at here because who knows, Connor Zilisch could get another win, but it might be somebody else who wins this week.
So, yeah, to start this round, Connor Zilisch starts at 2,064 points. Again, it just blows my mind. It could have been more. But that already gives him a 29-point gap over Justin Allgaier alone and a 59-point gap to the cut line. That's one whole race. So he's sitting pretty solid. So Justin Allgaier comes in at 2035, Sam Mayer at 2016. And right there's a big gap there as well. 19 points between Allgaier and Mayer, 2nd and 3rd. Sam Mayer in 3rd, down to then 12th place, Austin Hill. There's only 16 points all the way there. Jesse Love and Brandon Jones are at 2013. Sammy Smith at 2009. Nick Sanchez at 2006. Carson Kvapil is the cut line at this point with this first race going into it at 2005, but he's in a tie with Taylor Gray, and they're only 1 point behind Nick Sanchez. And they're only 2 points ahead of Sheldon Creed, who's at 2003, Harrison Burton at 2002, and Austin Hill at 2000. So aside from Zilich and Allgaier, I think it's pretty much wide open from there on down. Sam Mayer in third, through Austin Hill in 12th, again, 16 points. You can knock a chunk of that out just in a stage if you get stage points and they don't. So, not a whole lot of cushion there. Yeah, that's not a whole lot of cushion.
Yes, and you'll have to watch the points during the race if you're inclined to do that. Some people don't like doing that. I'm one of those people that like watching to see where the points are throughout the race because it changes so much as the race goes on.
And I know we talked about Connor Zilich and Justin Allgaier being the two to eat up that fastest lap award, but we're talking here, this is the time where it is very imperative to get each and every point. I mentioned the cut line itself right now in a tie.
Yes.
1 point above is where Nick Sanchez is, 2 below, and then they're separated by 1 and 2. Every point extremely matters for majority of these drivers. Again, there's kind of 2 exceptions to that have had a very strong season in Justin Allgaier and Connor Zilich.
That's
I don't know that they're sweating a whole lot.
Well, I will say we've been talking about how important that 1 point is for so many of the drivers in the playoffs. And we start stressing it early in the season because when you get into these playoffs, that it compounds itself how important that 1 point is. So you try to get as many points as you can during the regular season so that you're not in that position. But we've got at least 2 ties here, Jay, and it's going to be tight, I think, throughout the playoffs here in the Xfinity Series.
You're right. It's 4th and 5th that are also tied. Jesse Love and Brandon Jones at this point may not seem like a big deal, but again, that 1 point when it comes to the next round, because if it's a stage win, a playoff point, it carries with you through the rest of the playoffs. But even if it's not, it's stage points just for that race. It does for the round. Again, if we get down to the final third race of the round and there's these ties, then it goes to the tiebreakers. And they have it, like I said, listed. Carson Cavapel would have the tiebreaker if it were needed right now. And then Jesse Love over Brandon Jones as far as tiebreaker. So, and if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but I believe the tiebreaker for a round in the playoffs is the best finish through that round.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
I wanted to verify that. Okay. I thought that was the case. So it is for that round. So there again, each and every race matters.
So you spent the 26 races during the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, it's the round that you're in that makes a difference, and you want to try to get your best finishes in all 3 races for that reason. All right. Anything else you think we should mention before we move on, Jay?
Well, being that this is the kickoff for them, I know it's a little early, and I said it. 3rd through 16th as far as who's going to get booted out. I mean, that's an absolutely tough call because it is only 16 points. I think all of these teams have been running really well. And that too, it's going to be hard to get that 1 point because everybody is on top of their game and highly competitive right now. So yeah, getting that 1 point isn't as easy as it may seem. When you have, and I'm trying to think of the races in the Cup Series anyway, 7 or 8 of the playoff drivers have been finishing in the top 10. You're not gaining but a point here and there. So it'll be interesting. I think, honestly, again, at least pencil-wise, you can put Connor Zilich and Justin Allgaier probably going all the way through to the championship 4 round. It's not a guarantee by any means, but they've had pretty strong seasons, and I don't see them just disappearing. But I also didn't see Kevin Harvick disappearing a few years back either, and he certainly did. So it can happen.
It can happen. You're absolutely right. That's why these races are so important to watch. Do watch for more coming soon. We did get 2 previews up today for the ARCA East Series, and for the ARCA East, they're racing at Bristol with the ARCA Menard Series, but it's their season finale. So they'll crown a champion at the end of this race. And then also the Truck Series is racing at Bristol this weekend. And this is the second race of their round of 10. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching those races. Next up, we'll be doing the Cup Series, and then the ARCA West Series. We'll be doing that as well. So stay tuned for more previews coming up here at Fan for Racing Radio. On the other side of the weekend, we'll be back with the reviews for all those races. But also at 10 o'clock Eastern, we'll have our live stream for NASCAR Hot Topic Sound Off, and we're talking about Bristol, baby. So there's going to be probably some hurt feelings and plenty to talk about Bristol over the weekend.
Well, and I think there already is of just some carryover from the last race, and certainly do expect to add to that. And as Sharon mentioned, we're getting ready to do the Cup Series preview. That one, the intensity is even more because that is their first round cutoff race. So talk about qualifying. Race. Yeah, qualifying, one car going home. We're talking about 4 drivers, the end of their season, essentially, as far as the championship run. So that'll be an interesting one.
It certainly will. So stay tuned for all of that coming out, and we'll look forward to seeing you then in the next video. But before we go, I want to make sure we let everybody know how much we appreciate you, and thank you for taking the time to tune in to what we have to say. I know right now we have a lot of competition, Jay, with college football, and the NFL is starting their season. And it's pretty typical that our numbers drop off at this time of the year. But hopefully everybody will start coming back as these playoffs progress. But we do appreciate people tuning in and listening to our podcast here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, because we enjoy doing it. So we hope that you enjoy listening and engaging with us.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.